Good evening and welcome to Le Coup d'Etat 2017. I'm Karen Boudry, your host, along with Errol Laborde and Don Ostrom. And 21 years ago, a group of guys got together and said, we want to create our own Mardi Gras parade. We want a revolution. We want to take back Mardi Gras, get it back to its roots of satire, less commercialism. And 21 years later, they have continued to delight the crowds with their satire and their beautiful floats. And tonight we know is going to be no exception.
There have been several crews through the years that have done satire, but this is one of the best ever at doing it, partially because of the design of their floats. They have nicely sculptured floats with good full figures, and so it's really one of the most successful satirical crews that's ever been. But in addition, they also have some of their own signature floats. Like, remember, there's no king, there's a Dictator, and they have the Candy Wagon and the Banana Wagon. Plus, they have some of their own marching groups. There was an old tradition in the Krewe area in the black community of having people dressed like skeletons. They've revived the skeletons. They also have a group called the Dixie Dancing Darlings. And so on the floats and on the streets, they do a lot.
All right, and on the ground is going to be our own Don Ostrom getting an up-close look at the throws and talking to the folks on the streets watching this parade.
Well, you know, Coup d'Etat was the first parade to introduce the blinking bead. I got a sneak peek at some of their throws for this year. This is the blinking skeletons. Errol's wearing a blinking medallion bead. But they do something new every year. There's always something fun for the crowd to look for, and I will be out in the crowd looking for it with them, along with taking a ride on the Candy Wagon myself. It's always a good time, and the crowd really, we need to remind you to look at those floats carefully because there is so much detail within this parade that you miss if they go by too quickly. Every single float has little signs, little innuendos that are really fun to catch on to.
All right, we're going to get started seeing the beginning of Coup d'Etat in just a moment. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. You got the best seat in the house. A beautiful parade, a beautiful night, but it would not happen without our sponsors.
Bill and Ann Hughes. Bill and Ann Hughes have been fans of Le Coup d'Etat since its inception. The whole Hughes family wishes our revelers a safe and happy Mardi Gras 2017. The Minister of Solid Waste and his loyal Revolutionary Guard salutes the Dictator 21. Frischhertz Electric. With an unparalleled reputation for personal service and commitment to quality work, Frischhertz has been brightening NOLA since 1951. As one of the biggest electrical contractors in the city, the family-owned and operated team is now 3 generations strong and includes a superior technology division as well. Over the years, Frischhertz has been trusted to illuminate everything from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome to the Crescent City Connection. But their work doesn't stop there. Big or small, they light it all. And as an authorized Genrec dealer, Frischhertz now brings dependable generator power to homes and offices throughout the metro area. Don't get left in the dark. Call Frischhertz today at 482-SERV or find them on Facebook. Frischhertz is proud to sponsor Le Coup d'Etat and wishes everyone a safe and happy Mardi Gras. Schoenberg keeps you close to those you care about most. Savor life at a Schoenberg community. Life is meant to be lived well, and we make sure our residents live theirs to the absolute fullest. Our highly trained, passionate staff provides an unsurpassed level of compassionate care, but our stellar resident satisfaction rates are achieved through an amazing quality of life found at a Schoenberg community. Laissez les bon temps rouler is the motto, and we make sure that the good times are always rolling at our communities. From exciting social and recreational activities like Mardi Gras balls and crawfish boils to the customized wellness plans and complimentary laundry and housekeeping services offered, we go above and beyond to ensure that our residents are living the good life each and every day. Life is worth celebrating at the Schoenberg community nearest you. Learn more about our beautiful communities in New Orleans, Mandeville, Slidell, Luling, Houma by visiting Schoenberg.com today. Restaurant Avo. Avo is a regional Italian restaurant from New Orleans-born chef Nick Lama. Voted Best Italian Restaurant by New Orleans Magazine. Avo is located in the heart of uptown New Orleans at 5908 Magazine Street. Open for dinner from 5 to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Macarthur Group Realtors. The members of Macarthur Group Realtors bring over 75 years of real estate experience to the table. The group's unique approach to selling real estate is radically different from that of traditional agents, and it's making a difference to their clients at the closing table. Macarthur Group Realtors' reputation lives up to their slogan, doing things differently, delivering positive results. Remember, all realtors are not created equally. Call Macarthur Group Realtors today at 322-7337 for a complimentary home evaluation, and please visit macarthurgrouprealtors.com. Happy Mardi Gras!
All right, Crew d'Etat has made it to Gallier Hall, and as always, led by the beautiful Clydesdales.
One of the most beautiful sights in Mardi Gras. The Clydesdales have long been a part of Mardi Gras. You know, there's a tradition in Carnival about not having commercialism, which is a wonderful tradition. But the Clydesdales have been so long a part of it that they've been grandfathered in. And so it's okay to say Budweiser Clydesdales, but other than that, you're not going to see any commercialism.
And people just love them. They're just gorgeous. All right, and Gallier Hall is rocking out, ready for this parade. The stands are packed. It's a beautiful night.
Hermes just rolled by not too long ago. The two parades are running fairly close to each other. Hermes had a very nice parade, and I think the crowd's expecting a lot from Crew d'Etat.
What we're seeing now is the skeleton crew. They're actually not part of the crew, but they're a walking group that the crew brings in for this parade. They're fabled for leading the crew, and they're the legions of the undead out for this one night of partying. They also pass out wooden nickels, and the important, you could see there just a second ago, there they are passing out the Gazette. And why is that so important, Errol?
Well, it's because of an old tradition that originated in the Tremaine neighborhood, which was a black neighborhood. There was a tradition on Mardi Gras morning for men to dress like skeletons. And the tradition went away, and it came back, and it's been revived with groups like this that are associated with the crew. But there's a couple of independent groups, and plus in the neighborhood, they're trying to bring it back too. There's another tradition called the Baby Dolls, and there's an effort to bring that back too. And so what a wonderful move to see some of the old traditions being brought back. Here comes one of the finest bands in Mardi Gras, the Marine Band.
This is actually the 2nd Marine Aircraft Wing Band from Cherry Point, North Carolina. They're under the operational control of Brigadier General Matthew Levy, and they're led on the march by Drum Major Gunnery Sergeant Aaron Golden.
Ladies and gentlemen, the U.S. Marine Corps Color Guard. The U.S. Marine Corps Marine Band. Ladies and gentlemen.
What a crowd pleaser. They are so talented, but the thing that's so interesting is that the men and women of the Marine Corps Band are first and foremost riflemen. So this is kind of their secondary thing, and they're so good.
And there's several Marine bands around the country, and they're just incredible. Their musicianship is great, and also their movements, their marching, their precision is just really, really incredible. Of course, in New Orleans, we have one domicile here, the Marine
At
Corps Volunteer.
Marfarez,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, and as they leave, we're seeing our captain now in white, on the white horse. The captain, he's never revealed, so that's one of the things that's unique about Coup d'etat. They keep that secrecy going of Mardi Gras. The captain always rides on horseback, and you see the lieutenants behind him.
Within the structure of Mardi Gras, the captain is really like the prime minister. It's usually the same captain year after year. It's not like a king or in this case, the dictator changes every year.
It's been an amazing day. It's been incredible. We had a great lunch, and we've been doing this for 21 years. I've never seen this many people in the street. It's unbelievable. It's crazy.
Is it truly better every single year?
It has been. And you know, up on St. Charles, they're literally from sidewalk to sidewalk on both sides of the street. It's just been incredible.
Enjoy it.
Y'all enjoy the
I'm gonna
parade.
let your horse go.
That's it.
All right.
Thanks, Dawn. She caught him there real quick, caught me off guard, but
It's very unusual to see an interview with a captain. That's
that's awesome.
That's very unusual. It's Carnival first there, but
But
it's good to see a captain pleased because they put so much. I mean, they're on a day after day, you know. And sometimes things go bad. You know, the weather's bad and things have to be postponed. But to have a beautiful night like tonight and see
An
things
awesome
going well,
night.
you feel good for the captain. We see the arrival now of the Dictator. I guess we should explain that. Well, as most crews have a king or a queen, or some have like Bacchus has a god, that this is the only crew that has a dictator. It shuns monarchy in favor of dictatorship.
It's just all how they started by what they call the seizure of Mardi Gras, the coup d'etat, a revolution. So what better than to have a dictator? This is Richard the 21st. And again, he's never publicly revealed. The
Every
crew
year-
knows who he is.
Yeah, every year the dictator's name is Richard.
Right.
It's always the same. It's like,
Dick the Dictator, right?
yeah, that's there's a lot of subtle humor and all that. Okay, but the it's like Babylon has King Sargon. That the dictator here is Dictator Richard. Doesn't Gallia Hall look beautiful with that backlighting tonight?
It is. It's gorgeous.
It's still undergone extensive repair. They still need to raise a lot of money, but a lot from the exterior.
The all-seeing visionary leader of the Coup d'etat's revolution.
He's about to do the toast. You can see the ladder being put up there, so they can hand him the key to the city and do the toast.
Should anyone be so foolish as to reveal it, he would be subject to a punishment to which no man
There he
has
is.
ever seen. Dictator.
We'll listen in to his
On
toast
behalf
to
of
the city.
Thank you. You have our streets. Have a good ride.
Thank you so much. This has been a pretty night. The crowds have been fantastic. Obviously, the weather's great. To all the locals that are out here tonight and seeing this show, thank you all so much. And to all the visitors that are here, we have an awful lot of them here. Thank them as well. Happy Mardi Gras and enjoy the weekend.
Bye-bye, glass. There you go.
There's a lot of shards of glass in front of Gallier Hall by this time each Mardi Gras.
One of the things that's so awesome about this parade, too, is that they don't recycle floats except for their signature floats. Now, you'll always see the Dictators float. There's some things coming up, but everything else isn't recycled. It's new every year, and you won't see it in other parades. A lot of parades share their floats, and you say, oh, I saw that in this parade last week. That won't happen here.
Absolutely.
They guard them
in fact, a
very tightly. Yeah.
couple of years ago, they moved into a new float den in uptown New Orleans just to have more space to put more effort into building the floats. But yeah, all of their floats are original ones.
The Crusader Band, they have been with Dictator since the beginning, so this is their 21st year marching with Dictator.
They have the LED lighting around their drums. Haven't seen that before. I think we're going to see more and more of LED lighting in Mardi Gras. We're going to see in all aspects now.
Yeah, actually, they've been doing it for a while, some of them. You know, just before the parade started, Don was able to catch up with Mayor Mitch Landrieu, and let's hear what he had to say about the parade tonight.
You know, there are all sorts of folks who come out with Coup d'etat. One of them, Mayor Mitch Landrieu. Mayor, what do you think of the parade weather and the parade? And
I think I'd like to take credit for the weather. It's been great.
If the weather was this good all the time, none of us could
Yeah,
afford
we'd be
to
good
live
if we
here.
had blue lights. Exactly. It's spectacular. It's really been a great parade season. And of course, with the NBA All-Star game last week, the first weekend went great. The second weekend's been wonderful. The parades have been great. Everybody's been happy. Everybody's been really being respectful of each other. And of course, the floats have been terrific.
How hard is it to, like, keep a stiff upper lip and handle that satire?
Oh, I love it. It's so much fun.
Even when you're the butt of the joke?
Oh, no, especially when you're butt of the jokes, because I'm like, you got to at least throw me some beads. I mean, you just jacked me, so you got to throw me something. It's a lot of fun. I think they do it in good humor. Sometimes a couple of them are in bad taste. They get a little over the top, but they're all right. It's all fine.
What's your favorite thing to catch?
Oh, I love catching beads. And, of course, coconuts for Zulu. I mean, that's really kind of good. But I'm kind of aggressive if you're around me. That's not good.
Boxing out the old ladies?
Well, my mother and I were fighting the other night, and she got the best of me. She's just 84, so she elbowed me, and I didn't think that was very appropriate, so I kicked her out of the box. It was fun. We're having a good time.
I know you just talked to some folks from Cleveland. What do you hope other people outside of our city see when they're here?
No, it's unbelievable. Before the parade, I walked the street, which is really a lot of fun. And tonight, there were people here the other day from Russia. There were folks here from Australia, people from Georgia, people from Oregon, Utah, all over the country and all over the world come, and they can't believe what this festival is like for them. They really haven't seen anything like it. And the thing they always go away with is how wonderful the people of New Orleans are and how welcome they feel and how just exciting this entire event is. And it's really wonderful to hear that. Being from North, we love it, but we don't really appreciate how incredibly wonderful it is until you see it from the eyes of someone who's not from here. So that's really nice.
Perfect. Enjoy it.
All right, you guys, have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. This is the Dictators Banana Wagon, and this is awesome. Look at the mules pulling this old wagon just like it used to be in the days of old.
Yeah, this goes back to a bar in uptown New Orleans called Bruno's. And for many years, Bruno's had a banana wagon that people would ride around in Mardi Gras. And they called themselves the Babylon Bastards of Bruno's. And so this is obvious. I happen to know that one of the insiders in Coup d'etat was spent a lot of time in Bruno's as a young man, and so was able to exert his influence. And it's good to see Bruno's being remembered.
Yeah. And that it's just such an iconic float and reminder of the New Orleans of old. This is the Catholic High School Marching Band. They're back again all the way from Baton Rouge. This is their 8th year with Dictator.
I would suspect that some of those are LSU band members of the future, a farm club for the Tigers.
Some more float lieutenants in their gorgeous costumes.
That's a beautiful sight. It's one
Yeah, it is.
There's so many great sights in Mardi Gras. We talked about the Clydesdales, but the masked lieutenants and then the parades, really just a really nice sight.
Reaching in there for his doubloons. And you will see a lot more riding lieutenants just mixed in throughout this whole parade, unlike some of the others. Now here's our title float. We're about to see the title at the top. You can kind of see it there. That signature skeleton.
That's their symbol right there.
Right. So you can't see it now, but it is Zoo d'Etat. So they are depicting all sorts of strange beasts for tonight's revelry that they've thrown.
All of their floats will have an animal theme in them.
And, you know, last year was kind of a zoo, so it's going to, I think this parade kind of wrote itself. The streetcar
and of course,
band, they are a perennial favorite of Mardi Gras, the St. Charles Streetcar Band.
But the main thing is that they're playing the Audubon Zoo.
Oh, yeah.
Pick up the theme. So.
All right, we are going to go down to Don Ostrom, who's down on the street, actually on a float.
This is the candy wagon. They're throwing candy. Is this the best job?
It's the best job, the best candy, the best float in Mardi Gras.
How do people react? It's not beans. It's not drinking.
They love the candy. That's all they do is ask for the taffy all night, all night long.
How many pounds of it do you throw?
We've thrown over 800 dozen off this float.
Over 800 dozen taffy off this float. It's crazy. And they scream for it all night long.
Get us some, Dawn, thanks. That's amazing, and that's just like the old candy wagons, the Roman candy wagons that you used to see throughout New Orleans.
What's also amazing is Dawn always gets to ride on that float.
I know, and I don't ever seem to get some taffy coming back to us. And I'm sure she hands it out to all the crowds.
But that kind of shows the touch of New Orleans it has. You know, they have the banana wagon and the candy wagon and things that a lot of people can relate to.
And here's the high priest. He's the spiritual leader of Krewe d'Etat, and we kind of know what kind of spirits he's into.
And this is another person, sort of like the captain, who's the same person several years in a row. And I think he helps really develop the humor and the content of the parade. And apparently he's very helpful because he's earned the title of high priest.
Of high priest. Live to ride and ride to live. That is the motto of Krewe d'Etat.
Great title.
Yeah, it really is.
Let me say, something to judge a really good parade by is all the riders have masks on. By law, you're supposed to be masked. But the sloppy parades, the ones that aren't very good, the ones that aren't very organized, you feel a lot of people that flip their mask off. A parade like this is well organized, well disciplined. You can see it done right. You're not going to see an unmasked rider unless he's very, very sick or something.
Right.
But they do it right, the way it's supposed to be done.
Coming up behind some of these float lieutenants are the flambeaux, and it's really interesting. They make their own flambeaux, the Krewe d'Etat members, and there's the keeper of the flame. That's his title. It's his job to take care of those all year long and fix them and get them ready. Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, we'll get back
first
to that
float.
point too. Yeah, this is like really got nothing to do with New Orleans, but something a lot of people relate to. Again, with the zoo theme, holy cow, which is what Harry Carey, the guy up front, the announcer, used to say whenever the Cubs made a big play, a home run or something, holy cow. And so this is a tribute to the Cubs winning the World Series. And you see a little Cub on the side saying, well, hell really froze over because we won.
People used to say that. And the detail by royal artists that create this float is amazing. He looked just like Harry Carey. Now coming up here, oh my goodness. This is Mike Yenny's Risky Business. This is the Dancing Dollins, and this year they're doing the takeoff of that old Tom Cruise movie, Risky Business. but in the boxers as a, oh my goodness.
Mike Guinea is satirized several times this morning, including again in this parade, but this would not be a comfortable Mardi Gras for him. That's the cliff idea.
So here they are, and here's Mike Guinea again being satirized for admitting to some bad behavior of texting a young man, and there was some talk that there was underwear involved, and so that's why you see the underwear every year. And here you go, the recall petition. There's the underwear, and yeah, I wouldn't want to be Mike Guinea tonight, or I could say he's
one of the most bizarre
probably not enjoying this.
The last year, I think.
So they're featuring him as a praying mantis, and like he's praying and on praying man. They're doing a little bit of a play on words here. Do you see the to-do list there, Errol?
Yes, send text. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh boy, they are holding nothing back with this float. They're letting it all hang out, and you know, if you do something stupid, they're going to call you on it, Krewe d'Etat is, and you're going to find yourself in this parade the next year.
So I guess the lesson here is don't do anything stupid.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Krewe d'Etat will go after you.
All right, we're going to go down to Dawn Ostrom, who's on the street. I'm sure she's talking to some folks who are enjoying the parade tonight. Dawn.
You know, we've seen the mayor of New Orleans in these streets. This gentleman to be the mayor of, is it Mill Valley, California?
Used to be.
What do you think of Mardi Gras in New Orleans? Have you ever seen it before?
I love this town. First time here in Mardi Gras. I love the spirit and the cheek, the hard image that you deliver. It's very cute. It's very good.
It's a lot of satire, and our politicians are usually the butt of the jokes. Could you have taken all this?
I love the butts of the jokes, and you know, you got the beads, so it's very good. It's very good.
Did you expect it?
No, it's what I expect, because I love New Orleans.
A lot of fun out here. People from all over. We've met people from California. We've met people from Canada. We've met people from all over the world out here, and they're all having a good time.
All right, thanks, Dawn. Got to have a thick skin to be a politician in New Orleans.
Because you found the mayor of Mill Valley.
Oh, no, something. This is the Pink Slip Band. Oh, they are rocking out in front of Gallier Hall. More riding lieutenants enjoying the view from on horseback. And we're coming up with our next float now. And this is Chicken Little. Because isn't the sky always falling on Louisiana? Isn't there always a budget crisis? So
this is all the problems that the state is facing. And the chicken in this case is Governor John Bell Edwards, who's trying to always find more funding. And that would be the eggs. I guess trying to lay eggs to deal with all the funding. So Medicaid, school vouchers, prison funding.
all those things that they were looking to cut, TOPS, Medicaid, school vouchers, prison funding, yep, as you said. And you see all that cracked eggs on the side of the float. It's very clever, very, very well done.
Now, LSU football, I don't know if that should be on this list because that finds its own funding. You know?
Yeah. This is the Citadel Summerall Guard. They're a silent precision drill platoon, from the Citadel Military College.
Welcome, the Citadel Summerall Guard.
They hail from Charleston, South Carolina. They're a huge crowd pleaser when they do their precision movement, which they're about to do. It's just amazing, and they're a big part of Krewe d'Etat every year. Well, they're mostly silent.
I saw him heading toward Dawn Ostrom. I was afraid she'd wind up marching with him.
They recently took part in the presidential inauguration last month.
These guys are good. Citadel
Very sharp.
They've marched in the Rex parades for many years. They just bring so much sharpness and precision.
I don't know if you can recognize that face or not, but it is probably the most hideous picture ever or depiction of Hillary Clinton, and that's what Coup d'etat meant to do. The former Queen Bee. She almost had it in her grasp.
Came close. Now she's being satirized in the Coup d'etat float, including the Clinton Foundation, and things just not going too well.
She just looks horrified. It just speaks to the talented artists that work on these floats. And when you look at the faces, it's easy to recognize who's who. Yeah, there's Bill Clinton right there. They do such a good job. And here are the New Orleans Nymphs. They are wives and friends of the riders in Coup d'etat. The only women really you'll see in this parade. And they are making fun of the baby cakes tonight, grabbing the baby cakes, the new name of the former New Orleans Zephyrs.
If there's one thing in the last year that's ripe for making fun of, it's the name baby cakes.
Yeah. I didn't see many positive comments on that in the media. They sure look cute, though, these
They do.
New Orleans Nymphs. Yeah. And it's wonderful how timely Coup d'etat is. I mean, they take note of the things that happen throughout the year and find a way to incorporate it in the parade. And even some things that happen maybe the month before the parade rolls, they find a way to get that in too.
When you do satire, you got to stay on top of it.
You sure do.
As far as you can.
This is the Pelicans Float. It's kind of like the Aints of old, or now, as some might say, the Saints of now.
And let me tell you, when this was done was before last week when they hit this huge trade and people were really excited about the team. Of course, last night they didn't do too well, but there might be a little bit of a new attitude about the team right now. But
yeah, they're a little up and down, so you get your hopes up and then you get dashed, and that's kind of what they're depicting here. I should have been a baby cake. That's Anthony Davis, the brow there.
Yeah. And the new guy, DeMarcus Cousins, goes by the name of Boogie, so we got Boogie in the brow. That right there is something to...
And the Towers High School Marching Band from Decatur, Georgia. This is their first time marching with Coup d'etat. So. Oh, and there now is the mayor himself with the banana on his head, the zookeeper. And it looks like the animals in the zoo have gone wild.
And some people say that to tie this all together, that the baby and the baby cakes looked a little bit like the mayor, which I think is a total coincidence, but it happened.
Oh, in the waning days of his administration, he's faced with all these issues as he seeks a legacy. And Coup d'etat says, "Oh, look,
Now, one thing, they had a
there's
sign.
bananas."
They had a sign there about street closings, which have been many of because of street repairs. But one thing that's open tonight is Napoleon Avenue, which has been a hindrance to parades the last few years. But that's been fixed up and is ready to roll, or ready for parades to roll on it.
And this is the Dictators Honor Guard. And they pay tribute to those who give the last full measure of devotion to the dictator and his revolution.
Float number 10, the
So
Dictators Honor
again, it's an honor to ride with the Dictator's Guard. And that's another one of their signature
This will
floats
be-
that you will see every
this will be
year
a
come
signature
back.
float. It's
I
part
love
of-
his gold tooth out front
It's
there.
part of, it's part of the,
Well, you were saying it's been how many years now that they've had this? They introduced this a few years back, right?
yeah, I don't know exactly how many, but it's been around a few years now.
And one of our few all-female bands that we see in Mardi Gras, the St. Mary's Dominican High School Band out of New Orleans. All right, the tortoise and the hare, and this is depicting all the debate over the proliferation of Uber and UberX and Lyft and all of that, and the poor cabbies getting the shaft. This is so clever. And they are making reference to the surge in prices during Mardi Gras,
Yeah.
and I can tell you that definitely has happened. Ooh! Just got hit with the bead. Some of those Uber guys can throw. Now De La Salle, the marching band, the co-ed school from Uptown, Catholic school.
It started off as an all-male school, and then a few years got converted to co-ed.
Right there on St. Charles Avenue.
Cavaliers in their maroon and white.
They always sound good. They're a quality band. And here we knew it was coming. We were
Sooner
going
or
to see
later, we
Trump
knew it was gonna
somewhere.
come.
There he is. The 800-pound orangutan is what they're calling Trump here. Oh my goodness. And they just look at it, looks just like him.
And he's like King Kong right there with
Yeah.
his the airplane
And his expression that they've got him on the side of the float. I mean, it just looks like him when he gives that face. They're so well done. And I'm assuming that's the first lady there.
yeah, that'd be him, and he's bragging about having the biggest bananas.
And that face. And there he is with his tweeting cell phone there. And here we go, alternate fact on the back.
The Brother Martin High School NJROTC Color Guard and Drill Team.
All right, this is all Brother Martin's High School ROTC and drill team. Oh my. This is Chalmette's own Sydney Torres, who some folks believe wants to run for mayor. There he is depicted as a Chalmatian.
I think he believes he
Oh
wants
my
to run for
goodness.
mayor. I'm not saying he will, but I'm sure it's crossed his mind.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is 101 Chalmatians.
and they've got him with
If this is on the side, Al Copeland, who's also from Chalmette, saying you're the king of the parish now, because there was this day when Al Copeland was the really big guy that everybody talked about from Chalmette.
They're showing the French Quarter Patrol that Sydney got going. and the poodle's saying that Sydney's a stud.
And if Chalmatian Al Copeland was still alive this week, he could have seen his Popeyes chain sold to the company that owns Burger King, and this could probably
That's
be
something else, huh?
nationwide.
And this is the Sirens of New Orleans.
This is another one of those new dancing street groups that's kind of new to Mardi Gras, at least in such huge numbers. And I think it's wonderful. I really like you feel these people, they wouldn't be involved in Mardi Gras if they didn't have this kind of opportunity to do this sort of thing. It's a way to participate at a fairly inexpensive level and to get involved.
Right, we kind of see more and more of them every year.
You see it more and more, and I think one's going to beget another one. I think every year people will be inspired to do more and let them happen.
All right, this is Bigfoot.
These are all kind of legends, like Les Miles leads Tulane to championship. Trump and Hillary's secret love child.
A lot of the fake news we hear about, and things that make the tabloids and sometimes make the real news, if you want to call it that.
If it's in the news, it must be true. So.
That's right. So Coup d'etat says, believe all that you read at your own peril, as one person's falsehoods are another's gospel, all of which will likely be revised in the next edition. I like that. Baby cakes. Now that's weird. And now we see love bugs. And this is making reference to all the people that had all these horrible things to say about Trump, and then they had to sort of change their tune when he was when he was elected. And
even though you're not sure how long this love's going to last,
right?
With some of these people, but for right now, I guess.
And there we have a all of them connected there.
Yeah,
weren't happy, but
there's
here we are now.
Rubio saying, "I knew you went all along."
And there they are in Herbie the Love Bug, the old Love Bug VW.
And at the very back, there's someone with a can of insect spray.
Bel Air High School is a public high school from Baton Rouge. And I believe this is their first time marching with Coup d'etat. More riding lieutenants. Yeah, beautiful headpieces and costumes. Look at all the intricacy involved in that, and they all have different colors, so that they kind of run the gamut of the rainbow in this parade.
Yeah, they're beautiful, beautiful guys. And the horses come from Cascade Stables in Ogden Park, which probably has the world's greatest collection of parade horses.
Oh, there he is. We knew that Obama had to make one last appearance in this parade too. So this float is out to pasture, talking about all the Dems being put out to pasture by the Republican takeover, so to speak. And
Biden, Clinton,
there they are. What do we do now?
Carville. My favorite thing is at the very end, right there, that farmer who said, "You should have paid attention to us." Right there, okay. all the experts, and the farmer said, "You should have really paid attention." And there's a certain amount of truth in that.
Sanders is eating a few mushrooms back there. And this is Smithfield High School marching band out of Smithfield, Virginia. And it's great to see so many bands from out of state making their way here, as well as across the state of Louisiana.
And to be able to see the city at its best with the weather so nice and the mood so good. And the route they march along, to be from out of town and to walk along that St. Charles route with all those beautiful oak trees and to see this beautiful building right here, it's got to be a real thrill.
Crew d'Etat is an all-male crew, if you didn't catch that earlier. Just under 500 riders. And this is a bit longer than the traditional route. It begins at Magazine and Jefferson and picks up on St. Charles at Napoleon, and they call it the new traditional route.
The Dictator says the beatings will continue until tolerance improves. Float number 17.
So this is the herding sheep, kind of making fun of today's college students.
And political correctness.
Right. There's John Belushi, love it. I mean, they do such a good job. It's no question who that is on the side of that float. Huh? Oh, cute. And there's the Dictator's Navy. You gotta have a Navy if you're gonna have a revolution.
Absolutely.
And again, the signature skeleton on the front there. It's a beautiful float. So a hearty group of mates sailing the city streets on board this fine ship with their carnival-colored flags. And of course, I'm sure there's lots of rum on there.
Well, if you're a dictator's ship, yeah.
This is Bookworm, and can you figure out who that is on the front there? Does he look recognizable to you?
Yeah, it's
Irvin Mayfield.
Irvin Mayfield, yeah, Irvin Mayfield, yeah.
So he's getting slammed for the library
and
fund
the
scandal.
Dojo, the New Orleans Jazz Orchestra.
Being funded with library money, which is kind of strange. Yeah. And this is Down the Rabbit Hole.
Well, the WikiLeaks right here.
Right. One of the most intriguing stories of the year was this and the whole Putin issue. And is he a Putin puppet? Asked some of the Crew d'Etat folks here. Or is he the light of truth that talk radio firebrand Sean Hannity now says he is? Yes, it gets curiouser and curiouser. Old Julian.
I should mention that these floats are done by a company called Royal Orders. And a guy by the name of Richard Valerie, who now runs the Cook Company, he does some very creative things with these. And his artists do a really good job with their caricatures on the floats.
I mean, right, there's just no question who these guys are. They work really hard. They basically start after this parade. They'll start essentially as soon as this parade is over, thinking about what they're going to do, and the sketches to see that depict these are just beautiful.
Their sketches are really good. I mean, float art is not an easy thing to do, and they do a really good job with it.
We just saw Northeast High School marching Cougars. Or excuse me, they are not the Cougars. Cougars is coming up. So this isn't making reference to the female cougar variety in the Crew d'Etat Zoo this year.
But not the kind you ordinarily find at the zoo, or at least Not the kind behind cage in the zoo, I guess.
But you'll see on the side of this float, they'll list a number of bars where you can find these women around New Orleans and Metairie.
The Dictator has a wicked sense of humor. While they may be endangered in other regions, cougars thrive.
Yes, they do have a wicked sense of humor. Rapier wit, these guys. Look at, they've got Granny up there with her cane, but she's still a cougar too.
Where else will you see that?
I know. Oh no!
No.
Oh no!
Okay, no, we'll just skip that one. Okay.
We'll skip
All right.
that. Oh.
This is fun, eating crow. This is all of the media who were predicting that Hillary would win so dogmatically, and now just having to back up on it.
Yep. So here's to those, all those who got it wrong.
Right. And that was just about everybody.
Yeah. The Ramblers, the Dixieland Jazz Band, coming right in front of the Russian Bear. Well, we knew this one was coming too. If they had Trump, they had to get old Putin in there.
Absolutely.
And look at him on the head of the bear body. He's awesome. They're talking about make Russia great again. There you go. Allow me to introduce myself. That's why I say you do have to always look at the back of these floats.
At least
they use all the space they
Yeah.
can.
At least we can laugh at the Russians now, sort of. A lot of people here, ourselves, when they were growing up, Russians weren't so funny.
Our final float here is,
Go ahead, say it.
can we say it?
Dumbasses.
Dumbasses. And that's Ryan Lochte up there, the Olympian who kind of made an ass of himself
Absolutely.
in Brazil.
A dumb one at that, yeah.
Yeah, and they're making reference to some other celebrities doing some dumb things last year as well. Because again, they're equal opportunity offenders in Crew to Talk. You do something dumb, they're going to call you on it, and you just might find yourself on the back of a float. And that's what satire and Mardi Gras is all about.
That's it. They did a great job. It was good humor.
Very clever. Very clever.
Kind of going back and forth between national issues and local issues,
and very colorful. And in addition to the satire, all the marching groups and the dancing troops, very colorful and just well put together all around.
a lot of good bands. And the parade moved pretty well, too. That's always important, too. And a lot of pretty girls watching the parade.
Yeah, right. We're going to thank our sponsors one more time, and we'll be back to wrap it up. A beautiful parade, a beautiful night, but it would not happen without our sponsors.
Bill and Ann Hughes. Bill and Ann Hughes have been fans of Le Crew d'Etat since its inception. The whole Hughes family wishes our revelers a safe and happy Mardi Gras 2017. The Minister of Solid Waste and his loyal Revolutionary Guard salutes the Dictator 21. Frischhertz Electric. With an unparalleled reputation for personal service and commitment to quality work, Frischhertz has been brightening NOLA since 1951. As one of the biggest electrical contractors in the city, the family-owned and operated team is now 3 generations strong and includes a superior technology division as well. Over the years, Frischhertz has been trusted to illuminate everything from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome to the Crescent City Connection. But their work doesn't stop there. Big or small, they light it all. And as an authorized Genrec dealer, Frischhertz now brings dependable generator power to homes and offices throughout the metro area. Don't get left in the dark. Call Frischhertz today at 482-SERV or find them on Facebook. Frischhertz is proud to sponsor Le Crew d'Etat and wishes everyone a safe and happy Mardi Gras. Schoenberg keeps you close to those you care about most. Savor life at a Schoenberg community. Life is meant to be lived well. and we make sure our residents live theirs to the absolute fullest. Our highly trained, passionate staff provides an unsurpassed level of compassionate care, but our stellar resident satisfaction rates are achieved through an amazing quality of life found at a Schoenberg community. Laissez les beaux temps rouler is the motto, and we make sure that the good times are always rolling at our communities. From exciting social and recreational activities like Mardi Gras balls and crawfish boils to the customized wellness plans and complimentary laundry and housekeeping services offered, we go above and beyond to ensure that our residents are living the good life each and every day. Life is worth celebrating at the Schoenberg community nearest you. Learn more about our beautiful communities in New Orleans, Mandeville, Slidell, Luling, Houma by visiting Schoenberg.com today. Restaurant Avo. Avo is a regional Italian restaurant from New Orleans-born chef Nick Lama. Voted Best Italian Restaurant by New Orleans Magazine, Avo is located in the heart of uptown New Orleans at 5908 Magazine Street. Open for dinner from 5 to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Macarthur Group Realtors. The members of Macarthur Group Realtors bring over 75 years of real estate experience to the table. The group's unique approach to selling real estate is radically different from that of traditional agents, and it's making a difference to their clients at the closing table. Macarthur Group Realtors' reputation lives up to their slogan, doing things differently, delivering positive results. Remember, all realtors are not created equally. Call Macarthur Group Realtors today at 322-7337 for a complimentary home evaluation, and please visit MacArthurGroupRealtors.com. Happy Mardi Gras!
Okay, that is it for Coup d'Etat 2017. We hoped you enjoyed the show. We sure did. And we know there's a few politicians and folks out there who have a few bones to pick with Coup d'Etat after the depictions tonight.
Well, I've discovered tonight the secret to catching a lot of stuff, and that is to sit next to Karen, because I catch all the flyover in there. The other thing is that whoever thought in our lifetime we'd be seeing a float celebrating the Chicago Cubs winning a World Series. You know, another thing to celebrate is there's another Mardi Gras coming. Next year Mardi Gras is earlier. It's February 13th. So this night will be February 9th. And so it's coming fast.
All right, and we'll be wearing jackets probably then, not this lovely balmy night we had tonight, huh, Don?
Wearing jackets and lots, of course, blinking beads. Errol got a lot this year, too. Probably a kid favorite on the route tonight is the blinking big bouncy ball. Also, the plush pillows representing their signature Royal Navy float. Lots of fun new stuff, lots of fun old stuff. Coup d'Etat never disappoints. Hopefully we didn't disappoint either, and we'll see you again next February.
That's right. All right. Good night. Hope to see you next year. As she said, happy Mardi Gras, everybody.